do it for SPG. I'll make any sacrifice. Want you all on me. Yes, I'll do it for my nation. Without hesitation. Just tell me where and what, and I'll be on the spot. You know what? Because I love me country back. She is my boy. I love me country back. I'll answer when she calls. No one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks. 'Cause this is me. People with your human rights. And will you ever help the dispossessed carry your fight? Would you compromise your safety for a total stranger? And will you battle superior force? Don't mind the danger. Someone asked me not long ago, how far would I go? And if I think I had the courage to be a hero, I said, I'll do it for my country. I'll do it for SPG. I'll make any sacrifice once you follow me. Yes, I'll do it for my nation without reservation. Just tell me where and what, and I'll be on the spot. Because I love me country back. She is my boy. I love me country back. I'll answer when she calls. No one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks. 'Cause this is me. Brother's keeper, and are you man enough to become freedom fighter? Will you fight? Will you sacrifice for someone else's future? And will you give selflessly without getting back a favor? Someone asked me not long ago, how far would I go? And if I think I had the courage to be a hero, I said, I'll do it for my country. I'll do it for SPG. I'll make any sacrifice once you call. Yes, I'll do it for my nation. Without hesitation. Just tell me where and what, and I'll be on that spot. Because I love me country back. She is my own. Yes. I love me country back. I'll answer when she calls. And no one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks. This is me. Because I love me country back. She is my own. Yes. I love me country back. I'll answer when she calls. And no one can dissuade me. No one can discourage me. No matter how hard I do what she asks. This is there. Because I love me country back. She is the boy. Yeah.
8 minutes after 8 o'clock. You ready? The time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's the 27th day of the second month in 2024. I was just saying to my friend Glasgow, when March come, we're going to go for Christmas songs just now before you win. Morning, Mr. Glasgow.
Good evening. Good evening to you and all the listeners of We FM.
Yes.
as it was said, it's unbelievable. But yes, it is the 27th of February. February is finished. This is the last Tuesday, and I'm happy to be here with you yet another time. We really want you to be part of this program. Remember, it is your program. It's the open forum.
Yes.
And we discuss any topic. Let tonight be your night.
Take the lead.
Yes, tell us about what is happening in the country, what is good, what is bad, what is not so good. And we will see. We will entertain you as long as you are respectful.
Yeah, if you want to go home early, call and behave now.
We're not tolerating any disrespect.
Nonsense.
And Kingsley, the program gets some good kudos for the way it conduct itself in the last open forum. People said yes.
Your Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, is celebrating 30 years of electoral bliss in North Central Windward. Any thought on the Prime Minister's achievement?
Well, his constituents has done it for him big time. They have big him up, and at one time, when I hear the little children read the tribute, it brought tears to my eye. I believe that 30 years is a long time, Kingsley. And in terms of service, no question. You cannot question the service that this man has given to his constituency, and not only the constituency, but the country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When you talk about representation, I would go to a former representative of this constituency, Jeremiah Scott. You couldn't top him in terms of parliamentary representation. He was a top-notch in this country. And Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has been a tremendous hero for the people of North Central. And no tribute is too high to pay to the man and the work that he has done for his people, not only the people of his constituency, as he said, but being Prime Minister for how many years now? 22
and going.
Yes.
Glasgow, my father was an encyclopedia, and everything I know about Gonsalves before I met him, my father told me. Ralph Gonsalves' father, he used to call him Smiles, right? I don't know what was the reason why they call him Smiles, but he was a renowned farmer. He used to be involved in the lands and animal husbandry. Dr. Gonsalves came up. Well, my mother told me that Gonsalves never went to school barefoot. He always had a white soft man. She chose to believe my mother because my mother telling the truth. And my mother tell me, you used to roll up.
If he ever went to school barefoot, it's because he chose to.
Yeah, he chose to.
He decided, to.
Yeah, his mother and father can't afford to buy him a white soft man.
Because follow the boys and say, look, I go in barefoot.
Yeah, in our time when we were in Glasgow, we used to wear a thing we call cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
We used to take it off and say, you're born before we know, and people see our way, poor people, cha-cha-cha,
Yes.
right? But my mother tell me Gonsalves used to wear a white soft mask. And soon as 2 o'clock and it's the school ring the bell, he go fold up his book and he go run from school straight to where his mother used to live in Connery. So, and my father told me Smiles was a farmer, but never to sell anything. If he ever pick up or anything, it stays right in his compound, right down right there, and like that. But that's for like on the lighter side. But people is saying, and I heard on the issue at hand, right, with this issue at hand Sunday program with Cicera, and they had 3 persons showering praise on the Prime Minister. Me ain't saying what they saying is not true. But Ralph Gonsalves is from Connery. Ralph Gonsalves represented the people of that constituency for 30 years. Most of the people in that area, according to my father, live from the lands. I have not seen anything that Ralph Gonsalves did over the last 30 years to enhance the farmers' plight. I know farmers who turn security guards. I don't know why. If things get so bad, they can't walk the lands. Beside the national project of the international airport at Argyle, I need the people of Ralph Gonsalves constituency to come and tell me what Ralph did that make your life better over the last 20 years. I am not impressed with any performance by Ralph Gonsalves beside the airport that he did. So anything you could think about, Mr. Glasgow? You have any family in South River, Connery, South River, any place there?
Well, I have family in South Park Hill.
Speaking to the my people.
Family that I never met them, but then the D'Souza's up there are my relatives.
Yeah.
But I never met them. I supposed to meet them soon. Anyway, Kingsley, I maybe you're going down the same route as the NDP. When they say agriculture, they talk about banana.
No, generally farming in the countryside.
When the NDP, and it seems as though that you are going down that same road. Speak about agriculture.
What are you judging me?
They speak about banana. The demise of the banana industry started, we know, a long time ago. And
well, if you think that NDP and the supporters want to talk bananas went through difficulty.
Yes.
What has Ralph Gonsalves, Minister of Suboto Caesar, and the professional by profession, the acting Prime Minister, when he do act, Montgomery Darling, who is an agriculturist, what have they done for the agriculture sector in the area of Connery, South Rivers, Gas, all over South Central Railroad? What do they do?
But I am not in those constituencies, but throughout the country, agriculture, as I said, yes, we see the demise of the banana industry, but the other crops, right now, dasheen as a single root crop.
You won't put your foot in the mouth and call dasheen.
No, dasheen is a crop.
Because you can't find market for dasheen.
We have market, Kingsley, but that is the problem. The problem is in St. Vincent, whenever we hear of a crop that has money, everybody tends to run into it. And therefore, if you have a glut on the market, naturally, price is going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the issue and problem with dasheen at this stage. And I have no doubt that soon the price of dasheen is going to be back up. And basically, that is how the agriculture business goes. The price, fluctuate from sometimes, it's up, sometimes it's down. I believe that the Ministry of Agriculture should find a better way of stabilizing, the price for these crops. Because, and I also believe, and I'm saying too, that the farmers are the ones to be blamed, that farmers need to get together to make sure, because dasheen is being sold by the pound everywhere, except in St. Vincent, the farmers are selling by the sack.
Well, for those persons who listen to you, know that you're involved in some sort of farming. You don't think they will be disappointed you, Glasgow, when you say what you say?
Disappointed? I'm saying that we as farmers need to be blamed because we need to get together.
Because you're making it sound like the government is making an effort, but the blame must lie with the farm. How could the blame lie
No,
with the farmer?
I'm not blaming the farmers in every way. I'm saying in some cases we need to take blame because we need to get together to insist that we're not selling Dashin by the sack, because if the government is buying Dashin from you, they buy it by the pound. The supermarkets buy Dashin by the pound. If you sell Dashin to Massey, every farmer that sell Dashin to Massey get over $100 per sack. At no time at all it goes below that.
Okay.
Because they purchase the Dashin by the pound. Okay? So I'm saying that all the farmers need to come together and make sure that Dashin is being sold by the pound. When you sell the traffickers and they complain, the sack ain't have enough, the sack this and the sack that. If you selling by the pound, then it doesn't matter if it's 10 you have in the sack. The fact is, is by the pound.
Yes.
Right? Tomatoes, agriculture, you're talking Kingsley. The amount of greenhouses that this government has invested in.
You sound like Sabuto today.
Well, those are the facts, right? They're there. It had a time when tomatoes used to reach $12 a pound, 10, going up. In recent time, that is not the case because of the amount of greenhouses that we have in the country. So that was able to, the amount greenhouses were able to stabilize the price of sweet pepper, tomatoes, and so on to a level.
I see Max trying to call. Max, I have to try for beat out some common sense out of Glasgow.
Yes, that everybody can buy tomatoes, right? And that is because of the investment in greenhouses. So to say that, the government has not placed emphasis on agriculture, I don't agree with you.
Listeners, could you imagine Glasgow singling out one aspect of a development of agriculture?
Not only that, the government has continued to assist the farmers, Kingsley. Never before in St. Vincent you've been hearing the distribution of fertilizer and other inputs.
But some of the fertilizers, as you know, Glasgow, they're not the best quality.
I wouldn't know that. I don't
know.
Use
them?
I use them, and whenever I use them, I get results, Kingsley. So I don't know where you get the say that they are not,
I really want the farmers
the best quality
in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as Glasgow. It's your program. Keep it respectful. Call and challenge him, or put me in my place if I don't know what he's saying. Because everybody know that I am a wildfire worshipper. I buy Ralph Gonsalves. But when 30 years, I'm not impressed with his presentation for 30 years. I think that what he did with the international airport at Argyle and the education revolution makes some difference. But Ralph Gonsalves is from Connery, the heart of country people life. I spent time in South River. My mother, my father from Mongan, and we grew up at Santa C. And if you see a security guard in Kingston, ask him where he come from. Farmer/security guard. I am not impressed with the ULP and Glasgow. Try to find excuses to them. So they'll call me and let me know if Glasgow, right? It happened on greenhouses because Sabuto talked about greenhouses last week.
No, I haven't heard Sabuto talk about greenhouses.
He can't make a presentation on marketing because they used to accuse the LDP of hanky-panky at the marketing corporation. That was never so. But all of a sudden now, Glasgow, see if we can defend this one tonight. We seem to have a call. Let's go to the line. We have somebody calling from International. Hello. Morning.
Good evening, Mr. Freitas.
Yeah,
good evening. Good afternoon, Mr. Glasgow. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, Glasgow need your help.
Glasgow need my help?
Yeah.
Glasgow sitting there and defending himself quite well. You don't need my help. He is doing well.
Oh, you admit that Glasgow defending with nonsense. Okay, that's why I love you. It's very true.
Yeah. You love me? Yeah, he talking nonsense. What are you talking? I can say.
I am asking question. I'm saying to you, Anta and Glasgow.
But Kingsley.
30 years of Prime Minister have that. I'm not impressed with Ralph Gonsalves.
Kingsley, and here, You don't have to be impressed. Here, if everybody is impressed, then something is wrong. Because Kingsley, hear me when I tell you, perfection is on the other side. The only perfect man is a dead one.
You're making excuses, man.
I make an excuse? Well,
Mhm.
no, I'm talking nonsense. Remember, I can't speak Israel language, nor Ukrainian accent, because you gotta keep it. It's only one caller you have that is your favorite caller. But hey, I can't talk them language here because hey, in order to talk in them Dixie, you gotta put your tongue between your teeth and keep it one place, and I just swizzle mine's a lot. Okay? I hear you saying the last time on your program that well, it didn't call my name, but my mommy used to tell me to wait till you hear your name called. You wouldn't hear it, and you hear it would get under my skin. But Kingsley, right now, you hear me talking to you, your good friend. Nothing right now could make me buckle, and I'll explain. If I don't do something, Kingsley, and somebody say I do it, once the law is not involved, because afraid police have never been in the law, and I'm hoping to do so. Why would I buckle if I
I
don't do
like
it? And
that.
if you say that I ain't do it and the law ain't coming, I ain't buckling neither. I ain't wasting the master's time to ask for forgiveness for something that I didn't do. I'll ask him to forgive you for judging me for something that I didn't do. And Kingsley, hear this. You talking as somebody who don't live in somebody's house, and then you're talking for them on the outside. The people in Connery and the whole constituency is giving him praises. And Kingsley, that's all that matters. Do you understand? You want to tell me that a constituency will vote a man for 30 years consecutively and they not please Kingsley? You doesn't live there. You can talk about the airport. Anything you tell me about the airport, I would believe because you spend more time there than in your house. And here, I'm not being sarcastic. That's your living. Even at one time I said to you, Kingsley, why do you wake up off your bed to go there? And you explained to me so I understand. You say, Anta, it's a lineup and first come, first serve, so you have to go to lineup. And I understand. So you're talking. Like I went to Antigua one time, Kingsley, to work for a lawyer, and I was going to town, no bus doesn't run there. And a guy stopped to give me a ride, and he was telling me how the woman treat her servant, and when they cook, how Jack. Well, I say, well, I know about that. I can't talk about that, but it ain't happening with me. I was running the house. So you doesn't live in Connery. One or two people are farmers who support the party that you support would come and tell you things. And you just come on the radio with it and and talking. You understand what I'm saying anyway? I offer that right now. Here, did I hear Kingsley that your leader in waiting said that he wants an invitation to go to the opening of Sandals? Did I hear correct?
No, he did say that.
Well, I think I hear so.
So if
But here they say,
uh,
let me, Wendell, talking to you directly now. You
Yes.
know, he, the chair that he's sitting on, when he goes there, should be feel under him like a pin cushion. And here, I know Kingsley and all they have a way of twisting words. I'm not saying they should put a cushion under him with pins, His conscience, Kingsley, should feel like a pin cushion under him. They got the nerves to go to Sandals, to opening Kingsley when they were against it. They go down there, they take pictures and how Sanders going to block up the beach and this and that and all kind. I hear one gentleman said that the beach means to him because there's where he met his wife. So here now Wendell, if he didn't meet his wife and the fish market are on the lanes and then decide to refurbish the place, he would say, well, they can't do that because there's where his memories lie. Eh? If the NDP was in power, there would have been no Sandals. We would have pure old gym boots and old water boots and bus up gunslingers. There would never be a Sandals. And they want to dress now in well-tailored suit to go there to sit down to watch the owners in their face. But here, every time they look at Ralph Gonsack and he have a way he turn his head on the side and look at them, man, they should be twisting like if they're sitting down and pain. I tell you, so, here now, I don't want to take up the whole program because I could go on all night. Hey, Max, Max, I heard you last week, and sometime I'm in your corner, but here, I want you to do a survey for me, Max, and in my final statement, I want you to check out for me all the people from overseas, and Kingsley, you too, because you go that survey, to find out that they are saying, Wendell, you think it easy out here to work for $1? I've been out here now 37 years, and I know what it's like. In the snow, you dress up like Eskimo to work for your hard-earned dollar and invest it in a country where nothing happening, nobody working, things hard. I want you, Kingsley and Max, to find out how much of them have shares here and there and opening business. And St. Vincent ain't doing nothing. Rat Gunshop should go home. Nobody ain't working. So we're investing the money. Who can buy dog and cat? Listen, guys, I'm gone. I'm listening. Get
Yeah.
home safe. Kamal, I tried to call you on Sunday. You ignore me. I don't know why. Where did I go wrong?
Come on, don't explain that to me. Come on, don't explain that to me. Yeah, I definitely
you
asked
explain
him.
that?
Yeah, I asked him. Because after I didn't hear you, I like what Alice in Wonderland, so I explained that he has some difficulty.
All right. Okay, Kamal, I forgive you. Okay, gentlemen, I'm listening. If you
Yeah.
can't be good, be careful. Get home safe. All
Yeah.
right, Kingsley. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right. Good night. That is Anta, a ULP fanatic supporter of a party blindly. Hey, you know she talk, but she can't say one thing she impressed the Prime Minister with. I want the people of Connery, or the Carmen, tell me what Homeboy have done for us as farmers in South Rivers, Park Hill, Gas, Byra. I listened to some people dressing up their comments Sunday with embroidery like when they baking a cake. Yeah. I just watched that and I said, going on with them.
See, you should remember. I think one of them, the fisher folks were complaining because they were saying that the farmers are well taken care of, and that is the agriculture farmers, because they are also farmers, and because this government has taken care of the farmers in terms of livestock.
Well, I will tell you one thing.
Yes.
We have an open invitation for them to call. If they ain't call,
yes,
that means silence is consent, and they think that's what Rob Gonsalves is doing is good, so we got to accept it.
But the truth is, Kingsley, that Vincentian, nobody can say that Vincentian are not better off than they were 25 years ago. We are much better off. Our country has developed rapidly.
Why? Because we had a seat at the United Nations?
Not because of that. When you look at our infrastructure, Kingsley, in terms of infrastructure, there has been drastic development in our country.
Well, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines who build their houses have to take that responsibility. That the government,
And not only
the government have a policy on houses.
Yes,
but it's to give you some houses that you can't change your code. It's your mind in how small.
And I'm not one to give the government kudos for people sweat and ambition in terms of because in St. Vincent, I always say we have what we call a house culture. Yeah.
Good evening.
Hello, Kingsley.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Glasgow.
Yes, my friend.
You're right to say St. Vincent better off. We are better off with more killing, more rape, and more prostitution. Good night.
Really? All negative, eh? Is there any positive? Yeah. You see, when you look at education,
if you want to respond to him, you could probably respond to him and say that crime is a troubling factor. But
it is. I have it down here.
To individualize what he's comment about, we're not going to take it down.
I have it down here as one of the issue,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that we have to find a way.
Yeah.
And it is not easy, Kingsley, to find that way, because I want to tell you why. We go off there and the issue of crime. 7 homicide
So far?
second month.
So far, okay. Hold it off. You have a call. Okay, the caller drop out. 4579997. It's your turn. You can call anytime you wish to. You don't have to wait until 9 o'clock. As Gasky said earlier, it's the open forum, and Gasky is about to make some comment on the issue of crime as he sees it.
Yes. 7 for the second month, Kingsley, is totally unacceptable.
Definitely.
It's alarming for a small country like ours. Is government to be blamed? I have heard it so many times.
Well, somebody listen to you and say, well, Gasco, if you could remind yourself of what Gonzalez said, he said, if given a chance in 2001 and he got that chance, he'll be tough on crime and the cause of crime. We haven't seen that effort by the Prime Minister. And the UNP.
That is not true.
Tell us why it's not true.
That is not true.
Hold it
Kingsley.
on. We have.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening.
Kingsley, good night to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Ford. How is the people of the Republic of Barbados, Mr. Ford? What is
Horn.
it again? Horn.
Horn.
Yeah, Afraid Horn.
Yeah.
Afraid Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so happy to be able to get you tonight, because for weeks and months I've been trying to listen to you, and I could never get through. But before I go further, I want to say good night, Anita. Good night, darling. I still love you.
But that's why you call?
The only reason.
That's the only reason why you call?
Anita, some water fall in my phone. My grandson has some water and it fall down on the phone and went into the phone. I stopped the phone from working. So I trying to get a new phone because I spent too much money to get it up and running again. So that's why you have not been hearing from me. But you know that my love is still there, still strong. Don't mind Kingsley. Kingsley, my God, puppy love. But my love is real. So, Anita, once I get up and running again, which I believe will be within another week or so, you will be hearing me. Anyway, Kingsley,
Yes, sir.
so I just called to say good night to you.
Yes.
And Jamal, and your guest,
Yes.
and all the listeners, and all the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the second best country on the planet,
Yeah,
after Barbados, of course.
we appreciate your thoughts.
Yes. I heard yesterday from, he called me on the landline from,
You hear from Gary?
yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
he gave me a call yesterday on the landline, man. I was happy to hear Gary.
Yeah, that's nice.
At least I know everything is all right with him now.
But no, you give me an idea. I have to try to see if I get it to come on a Tuesday night. Take me here one of these Tuesday nights. You know what I mean? I have to try.
You mean
that.
Gary?
Yeah. Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
That would be most welcome.
Yes. That would be
That
really
would be
good.
most welcome.
Yeah.
You and Gary and Anita in Canada, I three all could. She could stay on the phone and host the show with you and Gary from Canada.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I will try to see if I find Gary. And I'll look at his drive time
Yeah.
on the Facebook and I will contact him to see if he has some time so he could come down with me
Yeah.
sometime. Yes.
He called me yesterday. I was so happy to hear him
Yes.
because at least I know now that he's all right.
Yeah, he's okay.
And I hear the Queen tonight. I hear the Queen in Canada tonight, and I feel so good to hear her.
I envy you.
I feel so good to hear her.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kingsley,
Yes,
you
boss.
continue your good show,
Yes.
and you keep it up, my brother. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Horn.
But let me say, even though I don't get through to you, is because I can't get you pick up. I listen to your program.
You have
on
to
the
start.
radio.
You have to start listening online. Go on the computer and listen online.
Right. So what I can do when I get my new phone,
Yes.
I can start listening to you on my phone.
Yes.
I can go and listen to you on my phone, so that I know that every Tuesday night I'll be able to hear you
Yes.
and make my small contribution
Yes.
And I would also be able to hear my girl,
Yeah.
my North American girl, my girl in the North. I want to call it Chidi Tubal, Anita, and that everything with you is all right. Because you know you're my people.
Yes.
Oh, my kings. They tell you, Anita, my love is real, Kingsley love is Papi, sure.
Have a nice evening,
Anyway,
brother.
guys,
Yes.
yeah, you guys have a great evening.
Yeah.
I have a cartel to listen to you now you got here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let
All right,
me.
Kingsley?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Horn. Yeah. Okay. Let me use your
Yeah,
privilege
man.
to say good evening to Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason, hope you're listening. And I have my two favorite listeners, Jacqueline Jordan, know that you listen, and Val Matthias, mommy, I hope all are listening, okay? I ain't forget all, you know. And Gloria, I know that you're listening. Glasgow, how we go call Gloria and Miss Jordan? You ain't call Janet Matthews, you must be crazy. So Glasgow, go back to the issue of the Prime Minister
and crime.
failure in 20-30 years.
Now, and the issue of crime, Kingsley, there has been, and I had it here high on my list to commend the Commissioner of Police acting for the, I think he mean well, Kingsley, the tremendous effort that he's making. He, along with his top brass, you know, I see our homeboy, very busy, Boujou.
Sergeant Boujou.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a caller. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kingsley.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gasco.
Good evening to you.
Very good topic tonight.
Yeah. Is it Mr. Peters?
Oh, yes.
Okay, your voice in some original tonight, boy. I fast glass if you tell me. How you doing?
I'm all right, Peter. I'm been.
Yes.
Yes, man. When it comes to agriculture, that's my baby.
Oh, well, I know that you are more of a farmer than a policeman, so yeah.
Used to be. No,
but before you go on, I was listening to you interacting with the Honorable Prime Minister some Sundays ago, and the Prime Minister, I think, is out of probably not being advised. The Aga International Airport is celebrated its 7 years in operation. The first CEO or manager, whatever you want to call it, was Mr. Hadley Bond from Barbados. Right. He's currently the manager of the Grand Islands International Airport. The person after him was Mrs. Barbara Robertson and Mr. David Dale from Jamaica. So we had 3 CEO and 2 acting, Mr. from Beckwith, and the current CEO is acting. So you're all right.
Okay.
Yes, we had 3 CEO. Yes.
Okay. No, when it comes to agriculture, Kingsley, no. You know, we have a minister of agriculture, and he normally goes out to different parts of the world to seek market. Okay. No, when we get a mark, let's say we call it for confinement of agriculture
produce.
They will come back, the minister or the prime, they will come back and say, okay, we have a market for these items and so on. But the agriculture minister, the prime minister cannot go and produce these commodities with themselves.
No, I agree with you. But what sort of incentive that the minister and the prime minister is giving to the farmers to continue planning their trade if they have a market for a particular produce? I'm not seeing anything consistent.
Well, they encourage the people, they encourage the farmers to produce this stuff. And if the farmers not taking up the opportunity to produce this stuff, then what can the Prime Minister, the Minister of Agriculture do?
But Mr. Peters, you listen all the time. You show you hear the farmers asking for assistance for input, seedling, manure, but the government ain't responding.
That has been consistently, Kingsley. That is not true. That's what I'm saying. Consistently, the government has been responding in those areas with assistance in seedlings. You have the farmer support company where farmers were able to borrow to put into their farms.
Well,
all
well,
these
well,
other
while
things.
Mr. Peters is making his contribution, I'm hoping
Yes.
that your friend Mr. Stewart is listening, call and challenge
Well,
you.
Mr. Stewart knows.
Okay. Just
Those are the
recently,
facts.
look at Mr. Huggins. He went out and he seeked thousands of seeds and send them to St. Vincent for the farmers to produce. The farmers are then not producing. They're not taking up they're taking up the half among agriculture, vegetables as a case.
So you're suggesting that effort are being made, but the farmers, they are being delinquent.
Yeah, the farmers are the one to blame, because if they ain't take up the effort to produce the stuff, then what the Prime Minister or the Minister of Agriculture can do? They can't go out and produce them themselves. Look
Okay.
what recently the Minister of Agriculture was in Montreal with a farmer, with a farmer along with the guy, the Jackson.
Yes.
And they were illustrating to the farmers, to some of the farmers, what they could do and so on to increase and the production of the seed and so on. Okay, we have 1 or 2 or 3 farmers like that, but the majority of farmers not really taking up the offer.
You know,
Years ago.
I'm glad you're making a point, because I know of a particular farmer / trafficker business person listening. He's from Beckwith. It's called Enthusi. I hope he call and try to make sense of what you're saying. Share his experience, because he go and buy from farmers and sell. And we want to know if they have a production or a shortfall of production in St. Vincent and Granny. So you're making a whole heap of sense, and I want Mr. Tuesday to call and
finally, because I want to take up another.
yes.
We had a man from Georgetown named Tom Pope some years ago.
I remember some
He was
people.
producing tons and tons of tomatoes. Okay, there were tons and tons of tomatoes he was producing. I'm so that he get demise and he went off the scene and so on.
Yes.
Other people, I remember pepper. We used to produce a lot of pepper to ship and so on. And what become of that? The farmers are not producing anymore. They're not producing at all. Government, the Minister of Agriculture and the Prime Minister for not doing the work. They're doing the work.
Okay.
They're really doing the work. What they leave to us to produce.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Right.
All right.
But I remember Tom Pope as he spoke, because I used to buy tomatoes from Tom Pope on the bridge right adjacent to the Heron Hotel in Kingston. I can remember that quite well.
We
Abundance
doesn't-
of tomatoes.
I made a point, Kingsley, that we doesn't have a problem as it relates to tomatoes.
Yeah. The people that mean why you talk.
Yes.
We have somebody else. Come on, we have somebody else.
Good evening.
Go ahead. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, just making my little contribution, still concerning with the fact. Well, I'm not that old. I'm just like 35 years old.
You sound young.
And then I could remember then back in the days, me as a youngster going primary school, every summer I used to go bush with a old lady in my area.
Mhm.
The flower tubing, banana tie back.
Yes.
Me drove no out of Hermitage Mountain, I tell you about that. Me drove no Portuguese arm and damn the arm out of the heavy.
Yes.
Them time me young still. But when I really check it right now, most of the youngs right now, them are going to tell you if them have a bush, have a plant drugs.
Plant
Let me not
marijuana.
say drugs.
Marijuana.
Marijuana, yeah. Let me not say drugs, marijuana.
Yeah.
Enough of them ain't go as we could see, and then while watching now, back then, I mean, now it's different time, we have to accept that, yes. But you have youth, every youth. Me come over to officer, go me get. It's not like, oh, mommy do that, and then mommy asks you now in them time, oh, so you are. When you kitchen go do something, no, not be so. And then time they outside kitchen.
Yeah. No, but you're right. You're right. I remember when I was younger, people used to spend more time in the lands, and while a farmer, a mother and a father is a farmer, they would say to their children, "We working hard and honest. Me now why work hard like honest like me. When they come big me, why you come a doctor?"
No, me not tell my children them thing there.
Exactly.
Never, me not tell my youth them thing there.
Yeah.
And then now you have blame parents and a lot of these things happening, eh?
I agree with you.
Because when you check it now, you have your 18-year-old son, 19, some they even 16. and done school and you still mining.
Yeah.
You go to work, you come back, like in for food.
Yeah, smoke to Tampy on his side and
And just
behave
prepare
bad.
your meat up on table.
Yeah.
So you see, we have been a parent still.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the government side, I think they need to get a little stricter with them youths on the street especially. I mean, and then we have to go back there now.
Yes.
Where's the parent?
Yes.
And sometimes, can somebody try right now, you have to think twice, you know.
Boy. Cause I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you jealous the child, then I put no mark behind the pitney, where watch the pitney for I tell you, man. You making sense?
It was a different day, obviously, but
Different
you have
time.
to still teach them. You have to teach them still.
Yes.
Certain lifestyle. You know, everything you want, you will get.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you, they only pan the black now, just study for smoke weed.
Yeah.
Well, abuse, me I say, abuse.
Yeah. You see,
You drinking 4 or 5 Guinness and smoking 6, 7 weed and a shit and eat nothing.
when I was small,
What do you think?
when I was young, we call them marijuana, tampy, all kind of name. We never see one drug got so much a name. That always trying to make you afraid of it. Yeah. But you make a whole heap of sense and thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We have another caller. Good evening. 4579997. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
And how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. I hear Mr. Glasgow speaking just now about St. Vincent as a small country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? How small it is to Grenada and St. Lucia and Dominica, the population in noise.
They are similar, and you see that to make the point that what?
Okay. So if St. Lucia developing, Grenada developing with speed, what happened to St. Vincent? Even Dominica, you can hear going forward with the speed. What happened to St. Vincent?
And in the past few years, we have been developing with real speed, my friend.
in terms of what?
In
every sense of the word. You talk about
No. You can't see. You can't see because look. I know. Look at St. Lucia. St. Lucia can have 2-3 cruise ships every day. Grenada can have cruise ship. Dominica can have cruise. St. Vincent ain't having nothing.
St. Vincent not having cruise ship, Kingsley? Kingsley, speak to that.
One in between.
One.
One come today.
One came today. Some weeks ago we had 3.
What?
Any coming tomorrow?
You didn't know about that. I asked
a question. Any coming tomorrow?
Caller.
I asked you a question.
I don't know. I don't know if any is coming tomorrow. But the fact is that I believe that this has been one of our best years as in terms of cruise arrival.
All you just blind and licking boots. That's all you're doing.
Well, that is
because all can have a free handout, something getting free. That's always all hanging on.
Caller, sorry, you don't know, my friend Kingsley. If you're not prepared, my friend, to listen and to dialogue, then we have to dismiss you.
St. Vincent ain't going anywhere.
But you're not talking facts here. You're talking nonsense.
I'm speaking because
caller. If you're not caller. All right, you can't deal with this caller tonight.
We have another one. 4579997. Glasgow is.
And he came in, and I talk about the size of our country as it relates to the amount of crimes.
It's a comparison.
you understand? I didn't.
You have a call. Good evening.
Compare size with in terms of our development.
So you should tell him, man, shut up and
No. You see, that is what we don't want. That's what we don't want. Okay.
The time is St. Vincent and Gurney, 7 minutes before 9 o'clock. Let's take a break and come back.
Yes.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback, To be a part of the feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's feedback.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
6 minutes, 30 seconds on to 9. Let me say a special good evening to my friend Frank De Silva. Frank, I got your text, but that is for Glasgow. What is text for Glasgow to ask Glasgow? And come on.
All right. It reads, where are the greenhouses? You can't even ask that.
That's a question for Glasgow to answer.
Well,
We have
I
a
don't
caller.
know if it's maybe the caller didn't ask where the greenhouse is. I know where the greenhouses are. We are even producing marijuana in greenhouses up my side, Kingsley.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, he's saying young man who call a while ago. The caller so much older than me, but what he think the Newport building is not vexed any cruise ship terminal after?
Well, I'm waiting. I would like to be alive to see that port finish. I believe that that port has big potential and will serve St. Vincent and the Grenadines in a positive direction, like the airport is currently at the moment. So I'm in your corner with that comment.
That was saying. So that why when the port did the expansion of the cruise ship terminal, we could hold at least 2.
Whole 3? Got 3 come here today?
Yeah, and then he came about is not everyday ship that's the same.
No, but the tourist isn't quite far. So far was quite good.
2
So
and 3.
that is why we didn't really bother with them. But
So
we
he
had.
should he messaging already about greenhouse. I think the Minister of Agriculture in Parliament. I think there's a couple up in Richland Park area somewhere about there, and somewhere else it has some more.
Yeah, it have up in my area too.
Yes, in Daphne. In Daphne, we have a number of greenhouses. The miners, Richard Miners.
Duncan.
You have Kane, and he doesn't only have greenhouses in Daphne, but he also have out in Argyle also.
Yeah.
You know,
so me just follow it thing, and as a young just tell you, go follow and know what's going on.
Yeah, that's good.
In Montreal, we.
Go ahead.
Lavon, made that labor, but sometimes you have to wrap back. You can't just come and hold a dialogue still.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I tell you, me a dead labor. But you know what I mean? We just because this one come here and offend the brethren, sometimes we sit and we talk, we share with you, and you know what I mean? That's what you think for go.
Yes, man. We appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So Lavon is a caution from one of your when you say he did. That's what you mean. I mean they're dead. You mean die hard, supporting blindly. We have a caller. Let's go to the landline. Good evening. 457-9997. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, you have a caller there?
Someone is saying here, right?
Somebody said you want some?
Okay, let's.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
I promised you that I would call you one of these nights.
I appreciate you calling Dougie the Freitas, my cousin.
I thought you didn't want to answer my phone call because
no man.
Actually, I have a little freedom tonight, but I listened to some of the conversations.
No, but if you had a little freedom, you should have come down here. I tell you why you're coming straight to the people beat up on you.
No, well, you could have sent the taxi for me because you could not go to.
Yeah. So
I was stuck in the traffic. I had an accident at Casson Hill and the whole traffic block up.
Boy, today it's on a Young Island Gap and they block up the whole place. Let me lose some jobs too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Dougie? How you doing?
I'm not feeling 100%, but God is good.
You probably need some kissing behind the back of the neck or something.
Well, that's that too. I didn't hear all the conversation what it is, but I heard agriculture being discussed.
Well, yeah, that is being discussed. So you could build upon that.
Okay. Permit me.
And take as much time as you want.
Permit me to deal with agriculture in a very comprehensive way.
Yeah.
In 2002, I think it is, I stand to be corrected, but I think it's around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Connery, Ralph and Julian, who categorically said that agriculture is a thing of the past.
Yes.
Am I correct or incorrect?
I can remember that statement was made. I don't know if it was made by Ralph or Julian, but it was made.
Both of them on the platform.
Thing of the past.
2005, in the second election, it was confirmed when Ralph said that.
What is the Ralph? You referring to the Prime Minister?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
Who said that agriculture is a thing of the past and they are going to transform the economy to a service industry, service economy. That's the second time the statement was made. So this administration had no interest in agriculture.
And you're absolutely wrong with that, sir. To say that, that is misleading. This administration, as I said, who has been putting a lot of emphasis in agriculture.
Mr. Glasgow.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Glasgow.
Yes.
Am I incorrect in my opening statements?
I don't know. I have not heard what you said. Those things that you would have said there, sir, I cannot say that those things were said.
But Kingsley just confirmed.
I don't know that. I don't know that. And even though, if you say that those things were said, the fact is that the government has placed a lot of emphasis on agriculture and is putting a lot of emphasis on agriculture, understanding that it is important to this economy. Right now, I believe that we are self-sufficient in pork. We are self-sufficient in eggs.
You can try to counter
because the government is giving right now every farmer.
Could I speak?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
Whilst the government must deal with agriculture for food security, the government focus is not on agriculture because they made no real effort to revive agriculture. The data tells you that. Speaking about it, action speaks louder than words. This administration closed the marketing corporation, which was the main source of security to the farmers producing agricultural produce, knowing that if I go and plant, if I go and produce, I have a place to sell my product.
Security in terms of marketing.
Yes.
Yes.
They closed it. They're the ones who closed it. And so it confirmed that they were not interested in agriculture as a main pillar of the industry, of the economy. Recently, when they come with all these greenhouses and the greenhouse plan, look at what has taken place. They got the grant money, they put some stuff together, and when the donors to that fund was coming to St. Vincent to look to see what their money was doing, they ran, they got a set of prisoners and all kind of thing and put things up there. They are in a dilapidated state right now. And they say they're going to build 33 more. But you know, it's many, many, many years that they are sitting there doing nothing. So to tell me that you are doing, for a Minister of Agriculture to leave St. Vincent and the Grenadines and go into all kinds of talk shops and say he's searching for markets. Market is not something by itself. You have to ensure that you have the capacity to produce by organizing the farmers in a meaningful way, not by talk, not by giving fancy speeches, by being pragmatic in what you do in order to have these things together. So we have lost an agricultural industry of $250 million per year from since 2008. Go back and check your data, Mr. Glasgow, and you will see what I'm talking about. I'm not speaking off the top of my head. Since 2008, we moved from $250 million a year down to $28 million per year. Then it was 56 and it go down to 28, bounce back up to about 56. Banana was only 40 to 48% of that $250 million. Banana at one time peaked at about $110 million out of the $250 million. What has happened to the trade between Barbados and Trinidad? That is almost non-existent. We used to export to Barbados around $58 million per year and Trinidad around $64 to $68 million per year. All of this is non-existent today.
Again, Mr. De Freitas, you are misleading there. That is not true. The trade between Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados still remain very, very, very vibrant.
Mr. Glasgow.
Yes.
What is our export figures?
I don't have the figures, Mr. De Freitas. I don't have the data as it relates, but I am telling you.
Glasgow, we export $93 million total exports out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and $45 million out of that is our bears from the brewery.
I am saying to you, go down to the geese shed on Mondays, Mr. De Freitas. You are saying that it is non-existent.
If you want to come to me, Mr. Glasgow, you need to go and do your research and not.
But I am saying to you, when you say that it is non-existent, that you are misleading.
Relative to what it used to be. If we are importing $1.1 billion into this country, and we are only exporting $93 million, right? The balance of trade deficit is $1 billion. And bears from the brewery makes up 50% of that $93 million. So how could you sit and tell me that it is vibrant? It cannot be. There are few people still trafficking. Look how many boats are out of business because we used to have sometimes 2-3 boats going to Trinidad. We don't have. We have half a boat. Similar to Barbados. I am saying to you that the issue of agriculture is one that needs attention, and we've been paying lip service for the last 25 years.
What sort of...
only 25 years?
Yes.
Only the last 25 years.
What sort?
You're being straight down the road political, Mr. Dougie. You're just being political. Seriously.
Glasgow.
Yes.
How much money up to 2001 was agriculture exported? The agriculture economy was $250 million up to 2001. That's what it was.
But Dougie, you say that the agriculture industry need some sort of attention. From which angle you think the government should pay attention, and why you think the government is not paying attention? Besides what you say earlier about
because the focus of the government was not one of the productive sector. They were focusing on doing things like the service industry. Do you remember when the call center was introduced? And you remember that this government went and instead of being in partnership with the people from overseas, what they did?
100%.
They took $15 million.
Yes.
When they set it up at Annesville, remember it was set up at Annesville?
Yeah.
And they took the whole industry without having the expertise to deal with it. And when the people on the other side who were the investors into that pulled the plug, it collapsed. $15 million went down the drain. They were concentrating on other things instead of the productive sector. Those are facts. They could preach Paul. Data is what we have to go by. If the data says that we are not exporting, if the data says that the balance trade is $1 billion, how you could come and argue with me to tell me that what I'm saying is not true? It are my figures, you know. These are the government figures. These are what are produced by the government to say this is what is happening. And all because we did not pay attention, or we refused to pay attention. So we never look for a solution of the banana industry. St. Lucia, who went through 3 storms, the same Mukut, and they had 3 storms that wiped out their banana, in consecutive storms that wipe out their banana industry. And right now producing 15,000 boxes per week. But we ain't producing, we're producing basically just for domestic supplies.
And beside beside the neglect that you say is taking place, what should government do to up the productivity?
Well, 2 things we have to do if we really want to regain some grounds, because we have the soil, but we also have not done what was promised. The zoning of the agricultural land would be strict. Housing has taken a major bite into the available lands for agriculture. It means that we have to go deeper and deeper into the forested area to produce, because housing has taken up a lot of lands. Because remember, you know, we have a large diaspora who sends home a lot of money, $120 million a year. And a lot of these people saying that we are building homes, people who are sailing. We have the remittances.
Remittances is 25% of the GDP, Dougie. That's good.
Exactly. And so we have to start someplace where we say we have to put heart and say you can't build houses in this area. This is for farming. If you're interested in farming, you have to bite the bullet and say that.
Somebody asking you somebody's asking you, what do you think about the policing of giving university position? Should we encourage government to send people to study agriculture?
Of course. Well, I see they start to now have agriculture science in grammar school and high school, and because Bishop's College did it for a long time, and St. Joseph Convent did it for a long time. I see they just started the curriculum this year, which is a move in the right direction. But it's so late. We have to now reorient the young people to understand that there should be pride in being able to produce an agricultural economy.
Yes.
We have not done it, and we must be honest. We can't be defensive. I am not speaking politics, Mr. Glasgow.
I think you are. I
No.
agree. I agree with you. And the last point that you make there in terms of zoning, you are make some valid point there in terms of the housing taken up.
Yes.
But that is not the major problem, really. That is that
Mr.
is for future.
Unless the government starts back up the marketing board, the marketing corporation, and rejuvenate that to give a sense of security to the farmers, they will never produce in the quantity that is necessary.
I don't agree with you on that one. And you have to remember, your brother. It wasn't government who was looking for market for the Carolina and all these sort of things. Your brother went out there seeking market and had market, and it cannot be all about government.
We in that business, we were only about a fifth of what the marketing corporation was doing at that particular time. We were only about a fifth. And Mr. Thing from Applauders up there, what's his name? Zita's father.
Manuel.
Manuel. Yeah. He was probably about another fifth because he used to export a lot.
Yeah.
And Mr. Gonsan. But the marketing corporation was the majority because we are dealing with a whole wide range of stuff that could have been done. Yeah. But we did nothing.
But Dougie,
we did nothing.
You give
stop the hemorrhaging.
You give three good suggestions, and Glasgow agree with two. He said that he's encouraging your thoughts on the issue of restricting and zoning lands. He also agreed that.
But you have to have a marketing.
Right. Marketing need to be stepped up.
And you can't leave it up to private enterprise only. It has to be a joint venture. It could be a joint venture.
Yeah, but
I agree on that.
Somebody's asking on Facebook now, you make three good points, and they say that yet you are being so critical. Is it SVG or NDP?
I'm not speaking on behalf of NDP. I'm speaking as a person who is concerned and has always been a patriotic person, and I've always been in the national discourse, whether NDP was in office or not. I stood up to NDP. Nobody can come and tell me what I am speaking of. I'm speaking about a reality.
Okay.
A reality.
Right.
And look at what has now happened now. I spoke to Camilo. I asked him if I didn't speak to him. I even asked him to have a conversation with me on radio so I could challenge him, not to insult him, but to challenge him.
That's why I would say you should come here.
This whole situation that has developed with the Sanders and aggregators, I said to Camilo, I said, you all take prime money and waste it. You know that this negotiation for Sanders was not just now, I know when the negotiation started, and you know, Kingsley, that I have the connections to know when this thing started, even before Ames and them,
Yes.
That they were trying to get Sanders here a long time ago. There's something that don't happen yesterday, So these things don't happen overnight.
Yeah, but while you're speaking, people are texting and they're saying that they would like to hear your comment and commentary on the investment of Sanders and St. Vincent. Are you taking Sanders' side? Or are you taking NDP side?
I have not taken no side but St. Vincent's side.
Okay.
I have said this over and over again when people tell me about Sanders. I am not worried about Sanders.
Me neither.
Sanders will look after Sanders because Sanders is a big company that looks for business opportunities and take advantage.
And
go back
as
to
you
all
say,
the other islands and see.
And as you say, SVG will benefit.
They will take the best. They must have some benefits, Kingsley. We do it to show us.
Yeah.
They must have some benefits.
Definitely.
If an investor come here, must have some benefits. But what is the disparity? Or how is the scale tip on one side to the other? We took prime money. Listen to this. I can't remember how much millions of prime money.
Or you say you're speaking politics.
No, but this is not politics.
But prime money is Kamala Gonsalves, baby.
Minister of Finance. We took prime money and give it away.
I tried to get somebody in with me.
And knowing that were negotiating to bring Sanders here,
Yes.
we did not put it in a direction where you had prerequisites of how you're going to use this money,
yes,
so you could have the production line running. So when Sanders come on board, you can get cooperatives together. Or what we have done, we have created a doubt in people's mind about the intention of the government, what they wanted to do. Now I will bother on the political side of it.
You can't help it.
Now I tell you, now I will speak the politics if you want me to say that. What they have done, come now, we changed the word from cooperatives, marketing cooperatives, to aggregators. And now you take one person and you say that we must sell through that private sector.
Dougie, I know you were going there, and I don't agree with you. Hey, why don't you agree with you?
You don't have to agree with me. I am just saying.
No, I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with you. Because what you want the farmers to do, the fisher farmers, all them head down by Sanders' place with a bucket of fish and they have.
Then I shouldn't even have the conversation, because I never said that.
No, but you can't tell me how to interpret what you said.
No, but I am saying we should have had organized those things before.
Okay.
That those things should have been in place so that the farmers could have been made into cooperatives.
Yes.
Where they could have a marketing end of that, which would have used as a supply chain.
It ain't too late.
Just like how we have one family control at the airport from food to cargo. So we have the same Reno now bringing in boats. He's supplying the boats for the fishers. He's supplying now to Sanders.
Here's something, right?
He's supplying. So you see the colonization or the recolonization of our country. If you want the politics, let's go to the politics.
Here's something,
I was trying to bring you all to mind in a sober way that why we have a problem with agriculture. But we want to dance on a pinhead. It is what has happened is it destroy the productive sector.
But Dougie, I have always made the point that it is not now that we have it. You don't want to tell me that it is now. We don't have a problem now with agriculture. We had a problem long time with agriculture. It's not now.
Tell me how.
To give me the impression that it is now. Look, for example, the point that was made where you yourself talk about agriculture science is now being taught in grammar school. I have always made the point that agriculture supposed to be a must in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in every school. That shouldn't be now. That should have been a long time ago, because agriculture.
True, but that did not create. But that never created a lack of productivity in agriculture. Because
don't tell me that it have not. And a caller before made the point where the farmers educate themselves, their children away from agriculture.
Yeah, that was a very good point.
Because over the last 25 years, the government.
Not over the last 25 years, Dougie.
I'm saying to you, listen to me. You know that persons were encouraged to do agriculture science at the University, West Indies, and all those things. A lot of persons went to university to study agriculture science and came back here as agriculturalists.
Yeah, we have some of the most qualified persons. We have them there in the Ministry of Agriculture.
So they were part of that. But because we came out of family farming and all that sort of thing. But
Doug, you say the same thing Glasgow saying?
When a government makes a statement that agriculture is a thing of the past, you are sending a message.
I don't know, as I said, about where you got that one from. But
where I get it from?
I don't know. I really don't know that where you get that one in terms of the government making that statement.
You need to check with Dr. Gonzalez, and you need to check with Julian Francis and ask them when this is.
Doggy, hey, Wapper, right? The open invitation is for you to come. So use the next 2-3 minutes to wrap up and try to convince people what you think that agriculture needs reviving.
Okay. I'm saying to y'all, you have to start back. You know, if a house got eaten out by wood lice and other damages, maybe from movement and so forth, and you want to put back a house in that spot, sometimes you have to knock it down.
You have to clean up. House
and you have
change.
to sometimes, or you strengthen the foundation and you come back and you rebuild it and put it together.
Yes.
We need to have a marketing arm, giving farmers some guarantees so we could get stuff going back, so we could get exports going again, and start encouraging the people to produce, not by word of mouth, not by a minister of agriculture going overseas, speaking, come back and say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then nothing happens because we are not encouraging. No, this is not politics. This is not politics. What I'm saying now is not politics.
The truth, and what I'm saying to...
But there must be a minister of agriculture. So when I say minister of agriculture, I'm not calling no
you're speaking broadly. You're speaking broadly.
About structure.
Yes, yes.
So you need to know that you have to reorient into an industry that fell by the wayside.
Yes, yes.
That is meaningful.
Yes.
So I leave it right there.
Right.
If you don't do that,
thanks for calling.
do that,
and it's good.
Smoke our pipe.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Dougie. Good. You make the program interesting. Yeah. So
all right.
Let's take a break and come back. Let me get a glass of hot water to see because some of them. Some Bruce Bobby got me with Dougie Chop and glass with it.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback. To be a part of the Feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's Feedback.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back! Leave me alone. Oh, I beg you, come off me, boy. Come on, nigga. Oh, mama, go, mama. Watch this. You tell me stand up. You tell me be strong. Hold up your head up high. Look up in the sky. You tell me hold on. Never let go. Do the thing that is right so that you will see tomorrow. You tell me all of my head high. Brothers reaching to the sky. Tell me don't cry, my son, don't you cry. Tell me all on my head I know all of them who jealous I. Tell me be strong, conscious youth be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me trample me enemies, trample me enemies, trample them, trample them, jump, 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 trample them until they're dead. Oh, oh, come on, lady, come on, lady, give me, give me, give me.
Boy, I champion them, yeah. Champion Doggy. Doggy a champion tonight. 29 minutes, 30 seconds after 9 o'clock. With me is Mr. ULP Defender. His name is Wendell Glasgow. And we having a caller. Good evening, caller.
Hello, good night.
Hey, Mr. Steve.
Let me just turn down this radio.
Yeah, turn on the radio. Yeah. Depends on what you say. You might be the last caller.
And good night to the other guests on the program.
My friend Glasgow.
Did you say he's a defender?
Yeah, the ULP Defender.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
What are you who's a bigger defender?
Mr.
I believe
Steve.
I am.
Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve is a better defender.
I'm very proud of saying what I just said.
Wow. Oh, that hit me so hard.
I was motivated to call, after listening to Mr. DeFreitas.
Oh, my cousin, yeah.
Yes, I must congratulate him though for his consistency. Okay?
I think so with the issue of agriculture.
Devoted to what he's doing.
Yes.
And that devotion mainly is to provide an opportunity for talk radio through his radio station.
Yes.
Although I believe that at times it has been used and abused and misused. But that's not beyond the point. Now, this whole question about agriculture. Now, I've heard it said oftentimes, and it was said tonight that Julian and Ralph, that they said words to the effect that this is the time not for agriculture but for services. Strange enough, there have always been many quotes in print and in voice saying or voicing exactly what was said. I have never heard anyone produce what they said. I'm not saying that. They did not say that. But how come nobody can reproduce what was said?
But Glasgow made a point to Dougie that he haven't heard it.
I never heard it.
So you're making some sense there.
The other thing is that I believe, though, that we are in love with agriculture. Now look at it this way. I could recall in the days of agriculture, the green gold, the persons in South Rivers, in Lomans, Greggs, who made what they made from agriculture. As far as I know, they did not invest that money in their children continuing agriculture. They invested in the professions for their children to become doctors, lawyers, and the other professions.
And Glasgow made a point, Glasgow said that is the parenting
first. What they want me to do, who they want, it's agriculture, it's a good word, it's handy, but they don't want to practice agriculture. They expect me and my children to practice agriculture. Now let us be factual and historical. The way agriculture was practiced in the Caribbean, it has always been by other people. Let us just stay at the time of slavery, not too long ago. Who did the bulk work on the plantation? Slaves.
Black people.
After slavery ended, Who did the bulk work on the plantation?
The indentured.
It was indentured servants. The point I am making is that I don't know if it has historical roots, but what I know is that persons of today are not attracted to agriculture.
I wonder why.
Now, if you
Hard work. It's hard work.
that's how it is, Tom. And I know, there are some persons who love it. You can think of some people today. I don't want to call him the lambkins, people who are very educated, who love agriculture. And there are others.
Yeah, like Mr. Stroud.
They love agriculture, they practice agriculture. But for many others, it is only mouth talk.
Yeah.
They love to talk about agriculture, but they don't want themselves. They don't practice, neither do they want their children to practice agriculture.
Yes.
So I just know it's just mouth talk.
Lip service.
Lip service.
Yes.
Now, at one time, our agriculture was monocrop. It was mainly done for export.
Yes.
And that was banana. And I think in the 1990s, we exported up to $120-something million worth of agriculture. Now, today, I don't know the value, the dollar value, but we have many more crops today. Not necessarily for export, but consider poultry now, as it was 20, 30 years ago. And I'm talking about eggs and meat. Now, if you are on the road, well, Kingsley might be on the road, but if you go on the countryside, I was up there, I think it's just last Friday or Saturday,
Yes.
and you see the amount of trucks I saw heading full with plantains. I don't believe that plantain has taken over the dollar value. Not export, I'm not talking about export because we don't export as much plantain as we did bananas.
Yes.
But there is a thriving trade in plantains. Now we have another crop. Chocolate didn't exist. We have a thriving cocoa industry.
Yeah.
And don't fool your fat. You see, where the coconut oil industry has lost its heyday. We know what was done to the factory and who it was given to for a parking lot. That's beyond the point anyway.
One prime minister say he can't actually go kill Louis, so close it down.
But you notice the drinking nuts, it has evolved into a big industry.
Yes, yes.
It may not have the export value, but we use and we consume
No, I
for
agree.
local
with you.
consumption.
It doesn't have the shelf life value, but it's a lot of local consumption with the coconut water. Yes.
Okay, now I think Mr. De Freitas made a cardinal error when he said something that our imports about 1.2, our exports are 93 million, and about half of that is for
High road.
beer that goes to Barbados. I'm not even sure if that is true, but provided that is so, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. When you're looking at your balance of trade deficit or surplus, there is something that you completely forget, and that is remittances, which in St. Vincent is a very high figure.
But he mentioned it. He mentioned it.
Okay,
He didn't mention
maybe I
it.
missed that.
Yeah.
And tourism.
Yes. But that your field.
Tourism and other services. So
Yes.
it is not fair to just say that we export 93, we import this, and just to be saying now that the others is a deficit and just take one from the other.
Yes.
There is much more that goes into it.
Yes.
But there's something that I keep puzzling to myself, I believe in agriculture. I don't have much land where I live now,
Well, they could go
but
back
I've
up
been
to,
in the agriculture I did farming, I raised pigs, I raised cows, I raised
That one used to live in Fancy?
That's when I lived in Fancy.
Okay,
And even though the little land around where I live, Kingsley, if you come and see how much agriculture I practice around, just around where I live.
Yes.
But one of the things that when I lived in Fancy that I noticed, the persons who prospered were not the persons in agriculture.
Who prospered? The prison larcenist or the thief man and thief woman?
No. Fancy is one community that we didn't have problem with pride and larceny, and we don't have much of that now.
Okay,
it is not something that is practiced in that
I think I'm going to live there.
part of the society.
Yeah.
But the point I was going to make is that we know that our salaries, our wages in St. Vincent are very low compared to those up north. We also know that in St. Vincent, as much as we would like to practice much more agriculture than we do, we practice much more agriculture than most, if not all, of our neighbors. Now, if you go up north, Antigua, St. Kitts, the Virgin Islands, Tortola, they don't have any agriculture to speak about. But our policemen leave and go there.
Yes.
Our teachers leave and go there.
Our nurses.
The reason why they have a higher standard of living, and it doesn't mean that they are higher in the Human Development Index than we are, because we place very high. But the reason why they can pay higher salaries, of course, the other thing that goes is that rent is more expensive because of living. But just look at salaries.
Yes.
Now, they don't have any agriculture to speak about. Their main trust is in tourism.
Yes.
But yet, they are able to attract our young men and our young women because they can pay higher salaries.
Yes.
So the question may be asked, is there a positive or negative correlation between standard of living and agriculture versus tourism? It is something for us to ponder about when we exalt all of the virtues of tourism versus the virtues of agriculture.
Yes.
Something for us to ponder about. Kingsley, why is it that these persons, these places, they don't have, we practice a lot of agriculture comparatively.
Definitely.
But yet we can't pay the salaries
that they're paying.
That our neighbors to the north, who have little or no agriculture, can pay.
Yes.
Have we ever considered why?
No, well, I think it's
Thanks for listening to me.
Yeah, thank you for calling, Mr. Stage. It is important. We're going to see if you see any WhatsApp that you want to comment on. Go up there and see if you see anybody want to make any comment on Facebook. Let me say good night to all those persons who have in the tag of war. Let me say good evening to Max. Max, good evening. Even to Dove Howard, cry baby Dove Howard. Yeah. Let me say good evening to Problem Child. Yeah. Okay. Well, not the singer now. He the Problem Child. I know who he be. Yeah. And Frank the Silver, he could give me a call, man. I mean, I miss you. Last time I was talking about you coming down.
My friend, I miss him.
Let me see if he calls.
I miss him so bad.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good night, gentlemen. Mr. Glasgow.
Miss Howard,
Are
good
you
evening.
hearing me right away?
Miss Howard, it seems as though you spoke to the Prime Minister and he just listens when certain people speak to him.
I'm not hearing a word that you all are saying.
You're not hearing? Well, we're hearing you loud and clear. We are saying...
Actually, I wanted to address the remark to Mr. Glasgow. Mr. Glasgow,
yes, please.
That remark about agriculture was going... What is it? It was becoming a thing of the past.
Yes.
What Mr. Dr. Gonzalez and Mr. Francis meant, if they made a statement like that at all, is that the one crop agriculture situation that was in St. Vincent was going to become a thing of the past because it had gone completely down and was no longer practical. So it was a one-crop agricultural item that they were speaking about. They said from the very beginning that they were going to diversify the agricultural.
Yes.
And I noticed for the whole, nobody has mentioned the fact that under agriculture also comes fisheries, animal husbandry, and also the hatchery, the chicken hatcheries. Nobody has mentioned that.
Chicks are being distributed to farmers every other week from this government.
Fisheries coming to come. Everything is on. They have diversified around the one crop and made everything. They gave them all. You could get things these days that you were not getting. That you couldn't get. You weren't getting. Or if you got them at all, you had to pitch your skull to get to buy them. So what they meant was that they were going to diversify the agricultural situation, and that one crop situation was going to have to go. All right, then. That's all I had in my mind to say.
You have made a very valid point, and I try stopping Kingsley in his track when he speak of agriculture and saying that he singing like the end, because whenever they speak of agriculture, they really is talking about banana. And the truth is,
bananas.
Yes, that's what they talk about. But in terms of,
that the bananas went down to 45 million, 58 million, 55 million, 56 million. That's what it dropped down to, nothing.
Yes, the other crops in St. Vincent are doing better now than they were how much years ago? We are doing better in all these other crops.
Yes. Okay.
And you talk about poultry.
Okay, thank you for calling, Madam.
And I am saying that it seems as though you spoke to the Prime Minister. I see that there is a bill to go before the House as it relates to what takes place in the cemetery.
I wish you'd do something about it. That'd be very, very glad. All right, good night, gentlemen.
Okay,
you have a good night.
Beckham.
How you doing, my friend?
Good evening, sir. You're a final caller.
Yeah, okay. Well, I listened to the callers tonight, and for some of the conversations I've been hearing, I'm wondering if we are all of us are living in the same St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There are two different St. Vincent.
Well, it depends on
depends
on where you're sitting. Which side you sitting on?
Well, it's not politics. And you know where I stand. I stand for St. Vincent, and you and I've talked, yes. And but I listen to some of the things that like Mr. Glasgow is saying, and he's entitled to his own opinion. Yeah, these are my opinion.
Well, he's sitting on the ULP side, so take that with a grain of salt.
No, I'm sitting on St. Vincent's side. I love the song that you played at the beginning, Kingsley, by Patches. And nobody love this country more than I do.
How convincing.
My commitment is to this country.
Go ahead,
well,
I'll just put a Glasgow foot there.
So am I, Mr. Glasgow. My commitment is for St. Vincent.
Yeah.
But the direction in which we are heading, where St. Vincent has been heading for the last several years, we are heading in the wrong direction. And there is no... I'll give me a few minutes.
That's your opinion, yeah?
Yeah, qualified.
Yes.
Yes, and that's what I said. I'm not going to criticize you for your belief or your opinion. These are my opinion. We're heading in the wrong direction. We're heading in the wrong direction. When it comes to crime, there is no person out there in the forefront to say, well, this is what we're going to do. Yeah, they may make small talk sometimes, but that is not bringing any comfort to us as Vincentian Hearts.
Yes.
To me, I honestly said the Prime Minister have no solution for what's going on as far as crime is concerned. I'm not saying he's committing crime or he's out there, running around and asking people to commit crimes. But the problem I have with our PM, which I will always respect, and Kingsley have heard me said this, our Prime Minister is not forthcoming with the people of St. Vincent when it comes to crime, because he sits in the corner and they just may get on a favorite radio station which is friendly to him, which is not fair to us Vincentian, because he should get on every radio station throughout the country and speak to the people about crime within our country. I mean, I'd like to ask Mr. Glasgow a couple of questions. What have CELAC done for us as Vincentian? What being on the Security Council have done for us as Vincentian? What have those things done for us? And can you give me 2 or 3 things that you disagree with the ULP about since you've been in office? And Kingsley, I will hang up.
Okay then, all right. Well, that's some big question,
Yeah,
Glasgow.
I am
asking. Well, I did ask you that earlier. What benefit we get from sitting on the United Nations?
Kingsley, I am sitting on these bodies. Give you clout. It give you recognition.
That could go by the go shop.
It give you those things. Yes, those things bring benefit to you because you are out there. That caller is talking about the wrong direction, that we have been going in the wrong direction. To bring standards here, to be bringing these hotels in this country, which we never had before. Under the NDP, not a single hotel came to this country. None. What is the wrong direction? As it relates to crime, I agree. But let us look at, sometimes we doesn't want to look, when it's convenient, we don't want to look outside. Look at what is happening to St. Lucia as it relates to crime. What is happening in Grenada? It is not endemic. It is not thing to St. Vincent. The issue of crime, Trinidad, serious problem we are having as it relates to crime. And we need to, and the point I want to make, Kingsley, and I say it, until this country and its people come to this place, you see the whole issue that I don't believe in capital punishment, because I see it as vengeance. Yeah? And vengeance is my saith the Lord. I make the point, until we reach to that place where we are prepared and teach our children to forgive and show mercy, we would always have crime. That is not nothing that government could deal with. It has to be the people. The heart of our people is what is bad. And look at what those young men from Grenada
is accused of.
Is accused of. What could a government do to change the heart of these individuals? My thing is, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. We have to teach our people to be forgiving, be loving, be caring, looking out for one another. That is what we have to do.
Yeah.
Laws is not going to change it. It is about going back to those good old days.
Yeah, Glasgow, I want to change the complexion of discussion between you and I for the last couple of minutes. Somebody asked me how long I know you. I know you all my life. But I get to recognize who you are when you used to call into the Star Radio program quite often. When I lost my
WeFM.
Yeah.
It was WeFM.
Yeah,
Star New.
Yeah, I talk about
as a matter of fact, it have persons who call me Shake Up.
Yeah.
That's a name that I have.
It was when I lost my father, you were there for me. I'm having a little issue with life and its challenges recently. You know, I lost my son. Some people broke into my house and do things that they ought not to do. That is why I don't have a phone. And, you know, friendship is really an important aspect of people's life. I am not married. I'm not involved in an intimate relationship at the moment. So I have my struggle. And I have my 2 sisters, Anne-Marie, who show a bit of compassion. But the one who demonstrates more love to me is Valerie, right? And I said to the person, boy, I'm having some real challenges. And she said to me, was a lady I was speaking, she said, so how you just deal with it? I said, well, I have a friend called Glasgow, and sometime Glasgow know how. I went, like one time, listeners, I went to the hospital and Glasgow called me. And I answered Glasgow. I said, wait, you ain't sick in the hospital? The guy talked with such a vibrancy, you know? So I say, you know what I mean? But not everything that glitter is gold. And I really want to thank you for your support over the years and your friendship and relationship has been fruit. And it's just a difficult time I'm going through these days, a really difficult time. So I really appreciate the effort that you just take time off to come and spend every last Tuesday with me on the radio station and make the program interesting. I like you push down your hand and dog it through tonight.
The thing is that Kingsley, as I always say, you know, I love this country. And the song that you play at the beginning of the program was very appropriate. I wanted to comment, you know, on it in terms of, you know, this SVG, what it means to me. A lot of people think that I benefit from being, you know, and if a lot of people ask me the question, why are you still? Because oftentimes, you know, I am battered by my own people. I can say that. But it's not about party. It's about country. And it's because I believe that the policies of the ULP, I say it time and time again, I don't know what else people want to here. When I go out to campaigns, people ask me and I feel embarrassed. What are you getting? I feel embarrassed when they ask me that. And I tell them nothing. I said them I don't want anything. I am going out and doing this because of country.
Yeah, but guys, you make it sense because the person who came and speak to me at the airport, and I hope that he and she listen, their husband and wife, and they lost their son for a few years. And he was saying to me at the airport, Glasgow, that the pain of losing a child is still there. Although it happened for him about 3 to 4 years now.
Yes.
Mine is recent.
Yes.
And Glasgow, it does take a toll on you. It does take a toll on you. And sometimes people meet me at the airport and they say, you okay? I hardly answer them and they say, want me to play here and see me? Hello. That is not the reason why. It's just that my way in dealing with, and I don't like to hear it, is my way in dealing with some level of depression.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just
so
difficult.
Kingsley, you know, we have to, as I said, look within ourselves.
Yeah.
The government cannot and will not be able to address all of our problems.
Definitely.
We who know that our son have guns and not encouraging them to carry it into the police.
Whatever happens to going on now,
And then we want to blame the government. We should be talking, the person talk about, you know, the direction in which the country is going. And let me ask the question.
My friend Beckham,
yeah, if to build an international airport is a wrong direction.
No, he doesn't support the airport.
To build the bridge over to span the Dry River, if that was the wrong direction. to open up education to all Vincentian.
No child left behind.
Is that a wrong direction?
No.
If you check it on average, Kingsley, presently, on average, every home in St. Vincent have a university graduate on average. If you check the 5 in one house and the 10 and the 7 and so on in one house. Is that a wrong direction that we are going in? I don't know. Yes, as it relates to crime, but the government is not that they have given the police resources, they have educated our police, they have built new stations for them, they're equipped with transport and all this sort of thing. The government has been doing its best.
Yeah, let me do a time check. 3 minutes before 10 o'clock, we want to thank Basil's Enterprise. He has a business downstairs in Cobblestone, one in Villa and in Musty. Thank you for continuing sponsoring. Mr. Garcia, we want to thank you for making yourself available every Tuesday. Our friend Joe came say he was avoidably absent. So we want to thank you for coming and make the program interesting. And I'm going to try to see if we could bring Mr. DeFreitas in the studio. And as promised, Mr. Horn in Barbados, I'm going to try to see if I get Gary. Final thoughts, Mr. Glasgow, before we go?
We should really, this program should really
go to midnight.
Be about celebrating. it really, Kings, it should have been about celebrating the big meeting of the CELAC.
Yeah.
That the caller seems to think that, that doesn't bring anything. To bring all these dignitaries to St. Vincent, it brings a lot. And the opening of Sanders has bring a lot. My sister told me we already on CNN being advertised. Sanders St. Vincent is already on CNN. It's going to bring a hell of a lot to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we have Holiday Inn coming. We have, all the other the sugar milling and all of them coming. Where is the wrong? What is the wrong direction? I don't know. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank all those persons who actually stayed, listened to the entire program, and we did go till 10 o'clock tonight. Nobody hot up me here. Like I say, I've been a little problems, but I'm trying to sort them out gradually. And enjoy Papadas until I'll hear from you next week. Yeah? Okay, right.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement,